I'm not fussed about there being so many options. It's this fact that the sizes are out of stock because there are so many options. And for reference, the video had a bit where I just went on the Canyon website. I'm sorry to single out Canyon. It's not just them, but they had 18 models of race bike currently, and that's not including the new Endurace that they released, which is a race bike. So it's something like 20-something models, all with like slightly different SRAMs, slightly different wheels, different paint jobs. So none of them are in stock in all of the sizes. And I can only say, like, what happens? There's just so many options. And because bikes rely on being the right size, that's where the issue arises.
I find it so strange that the business models that I don't know enough about the business models that they're working to, which says they need so much stuff and they can have. And again, as Francis says, this isn't just singling out Canyon. Many bike brands, they have loads of options and lots of them have holes in the stock. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. Surely they want to sell stuff, so have it as an option.
What, them taking accountability and offering different parts at the checkout?
No, just like have at the very least, if you are going to have lots of options, at least have them in stock so you can sell them.
But it's impossible to keep them in stock because there's too many.
Yeah.
All those SKUs, it's just crazy. I mean, I used Apple as an example of a way bigger brand that have much less offering. So the iPhones have, and don't forget, the size isn't really relevant here either. So they could have way more and it wouldn't be so much of an issue, but they have 4 phones. And then they have one tacked on the end, which is last year's model, where they're just getting rid of the stock or they're selling it to different markets. And that's 5, not 20.
Can I point out, though, another comment by Stuart? How many Cade Media merch options are there, though, Francis?
And they're all in stock.
Oh, so it's fine as long as they're all in stock?
Yeah.
Okay.
My problem isn't with Canyon having so many bikes on offer, although I'm sure there's some psychology involved, like for their sake. I know Steve Jobs was like called back in to make some decisions at Apple in the 90s because there was just too many Mac options, and they're like, just don't have as many. Because decision fatigue is a thing, isn't it? Like you have so many options, people would just check out. I'm not a brand psychologist, so perhaps Canyon would be better off with less bikes, but it's the sizing that annoys me. That
was always Apple's mentality with even the software, the interface, and it's moved away from that now. There's a lot more customization options on, you can add widgets and stuff like that. But before they were like, if there doesn't need to be an option for change where an app, like an app widget goes and stuff like that, don't give people the option. Just make it incredibly simple.
Complexity for the sake of
I actually have a really good non-cycling example of how painful decision fatigue is. And it's renovating a house. And it's like, oh, how do we want the bathroom to look? And then generally there'll be like 4 or 5 typical styles, like a traditional one.
Have you ever tried to choose paint?
Well, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like all of this stuff.
Unbelievable. It's like 200 paints all the same with different numbers. And you're like, they're different. You what?
Yeah, it's painful.